Hey, this is Barry. I'm a retired electrician after 40 years and now I quilt as a hobby. Thank you for joining me. Last video that I made a block that I'm going to donate to charity. Someone told me in the comments that this block is called, I think, Hovering Hawks. I don't know, but here it is. It is a Marvel Comics Avengers block. So that one I hope is good enough to give away. But the one that we're going to work on today is called, I think it's called the Churn Dash, block. I hope I'm saying that right. I've always wanted to make this block. I see it in a lot of the classic quilts. You may not be able to see the design right here, but when I finish, I'm hoping that the layout will be familiar. This is basically just 4 half square triangles, 1 solid block in the middle, and then I'm going to do 2 1/4, 2 1/4. All these are 2 1/4s, and I'm going to sew them together and then trim them out to 4 1/2, so that all these blocks will be 4 1/2. When I get done, the overall dimension should be 12 1/2 unfinished and 12 inches finished. You know, in this last block that I did, I was having trouble with my right square triangles, especially on this fabric here, where you have like photos or some kind of graphics on it, of getting them lined up. So if you can see, like right here, if you see right here, I got kittens and I've got a unicorn. Well, the kittens are this way, but the unicorn is this way. And I never figured that out on that block, but I finally, halfway through this block, I figured it out. The key to getting these in the same direction is to put them at a 90-degree angle to each other, right sides together. Make your half square triangle, and they came out okay. So this block and this block, they're heading in the same direction, and all I did was turn them at a 90-degree to each other, and then made my half square triangle block like normal. Next time I'm going to work on these to get these cut. I need to cut these so that everything is this way. But this is what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start sewing all 4 of these together. So give me a second. We're going to put these together like such. I'm going to run to the sewing machine and sew them. And I will be right back. All right. I have sewn. Is that the correct word? I've sewn these all together. I'm going to, I'm waiting for my iron to warm up here. Let's see, I want this one to the dark side here. So as the iron warms up, we will press these. Let me move this out of the way. I'll give you an update on my first big large quilt. I took it to the community center and started to quilt it. And the way I'm quilting it is just the one of the basic techniques, because I'm not I've never used one before. I'm doing the big L, little E on it. Just to get my feet wet with learning how to use a long arm. And what happened was, I guess there was an accident with the bobbin. The bobbin was not right, and basically I had to pick out about half of one side of my quilt, which was not pleasant, to fix it. So I only got about a third of my quilt done yesterday, So we're going to have to go back next week to finish it. But I'm hoping to show you the finished quilt maybe next week. And I don't even have a joke for you today. I'm sorry. I usually try to. No joke today. But we have this. So let me move this out of the way. All right, I have sewn these all together and pressed them. And now, you know, the other day I tried to do this. I didn't know they called it webbing. I called it chain stitching, where we went down this way and then added to it. That was the first attempt to do that, and I'm going to tell you, I absolutely hated it. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing it again. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stitch across that row, this row, and then we'll add these rows together because I'm more comfortable doing that. So we're going to just add this row, and I will be back when I'm done with this. Okay, I seem to be all over the place on this video, but I've done what hopefully I said I was going to do. I sewed all 3 rows across. I'm going to press them. Then I'm going to add this row to this row. Once they're sewn together, then this row will flip up and attach to that row. Actually, this needs to go this way. You know, I'm starting to name all my tools. This is just Mr. Ripper, Mr. Seam Ripper. We should probably call him Jack. Yeah, Jack the Ripper. I'm sure I'm not original on that one. But yeah, let's just call him Jack or Mr. Ripper. Here's my joke today. A little boy was sitting there on the computer typing in a password, and his mother looked over his shoulder and noticed that he was typing in Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Pluto. And she said, "Son, why are you typing in such an unusual password?" And he said, "Because the instructions said I need to use 4 characters." 4 characters, get it? Anyways, that's the best I got today. I hope you liked it. So anyways, right now we're going to press these and I'll start sewing together. So let me move these out of the way. Get my iron set up here. I'll talk to you while I'm waiting on the iron to heat up. I'm going to start a series of making blocks after I get these done. I want to start doing a series of just different blocks. I need to practice. I thought that would be a good way. Maybe some of you want to know how to make them. Like these right here. We'll look at these. These are all, when they're finished, these are all 4.5 unfinished, and they should be 4-inch finished when I'm done. So I will try to tell you better of exactly what size I am. Like this set here, these were all 3.5 unfinished, and they're 3 inches. Let's see if they're don't look. They're pretty close to being 3 inches finished. I know that the overall was 12.5 unfinished. That was the key. But I want to practice doing blocks. I have access to a long arm, but boy, I've been looking at this Cutie Breeze frame, and I thought maybe I could take my sewing machine and use it to quilt at home instead of taking it somewhere. But this reminds me, and this is going to tell my age, back in the 80s when computers first came out, I went out and bought a Commodore 64 because that was about in my budget at the time. It was several $100s. I think I had, by the time I got done with everything, and you had hard drives that you had to connect and everything, I think I had about $800 in it all back then. And everybody wanted an IBM clone. That was the an AT or a XT clone, 8088. I remember vividly. 40 years later, an 8088 was the computer. IBM clone was what everybody wanted, or an IBM if you could get one, but that was really expensive. I digress. But I wanted to go out and get into the computers, so I got the Commodore 64. And to make a program work, you basically had to type in long hours. I typed in of code to make it just say hi. It was amazing the amount of hours that I spent on that. And at the end of the day, you know, in the back of my head, I got a point here. At the end of the day, I knew that I really wanted the IBM, you know. I really wanted the IBM, but I went ahead and bought the Commodore 64. My point being is, I really want a long arm. Will I be happy if I just buy a cutie frame? Is that going to be the same thing? So let me know. Do you own a cutie frame? Would I be? I mean, I don't plan on ever having a business of quilting. You know, I don't ever plan on charging people to quilt. So is that is the, you know, I think by the time I get a cutie frame, and then I want to get the Sure Stitch from Grace, and that's about another $600-700. I think I added it up today. It was like $12.98 for me to get the Sure Stitch and the cutie frame, because I already got the sewing machine. But you know, the problem with the cutie frame, you're only going to get maybe 4 to 6 inches of quilting area at any one time. And I'm just thinking to myself, will I be happy with that? So comment below if you've got one or the other. But going back to my original thought, I don't know why I said post. My original thought was, I think I'm just going to make some quilt tops for a while, gather them all up, and by that time, number one, I will have several quilt tops finished. 2, I will have a better ideal if what I want to do. But man, I really want to go out and buy that. So I digress. So here we are. We're going to lay this side together. I'll go over here. Get my favorite pins out. Make sure that I'm pinning in the right direction. Yep. I don't think you could be more all over the place than I am in this video, but I'm at a good place today. Finally, I have answers to some of the things that's been bugging me for the last week. My sewing room is almost done. I've got one little area right behind you there that I need to sand down and paint. I just got some curtains today, and I got blackout curtains because in the mornings when if I was going to try to record videos, light comes in from this way and it's terrible. So I got some curtains that are, well, they call them blackout curtains, so I can make videos anytime. Let me get these together. Be right. Be right. That looks good. Now we should just do this. We're almost done. So yeah, my sewing room is coming together. I am really, today for the first time, happy. Like I said, a lot of things that have been going on. I think I got answers. Not just here, not just this thing. Some things going on personal, not really bad. It's just, you know, life. And are you still with me? Just going again. Let's take a gander at it. Hopefully right now you can see the pattern forming. I'm going to set these seams here. Sometimes I amaze myself. Sometimes I don't. All right. You're watching in real time. Let's see how we do. All right. There she be. That's what they call a Churn Dash Block. I hope you can make it out there. I know that a lot of times they do it with this with white, but I'm gonna trim this up. Let's see how this. Hopefully this turns out fairly good. We're close. We are close. I'm going to trim it up, and that's it. I appreciate you watching. Next time, we're hopefully maybe really soon, I'll have the sewing room done, and we'll take a tour. And then till then, remember, after health but before wealth, there's memories. Go out and make some memories, and I will see you later. Bye.